Hi guys, how you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Donna. So today I've just got this piece of paper in front of me. I finally got round to trying my first one sheet wonder. This is the piece that I used. It's only a regular A4 sheet that I printed off from the printer. I did enjoy it. I did find it a bit of a challenge. I am not a card person. It is not one of the things that I go for first. So it's very hard for me. If I make cards, I make them very three-dimensional, lots of flowers and things all over them. So to make them fairly flat so they go in envelopes, yeah, I did have a bit of an issue trying to get them how I wanted. A lot of things I just had to kind of look at and go, yeah, okay, it'll have to do. So I just wanted to share them with you. I got a pattern off of Pinterest to cut the A4 sheets. If you go onto Pinterest and put in one sheet wonders, whether it's an A4, 6x6 or whatever, there is loads of patterns on there that you can use. I don't know whose it was, there's loads on there, so I just saved the picture and then used the measurements myself to cut these out. My printer did mess up as I was printing it out. It decided to first print out only half a sheet, so instead of wasting that, I did actually use that bit as well. So I got a couple of extra cards out of it, that was all really. So that's that. So all in all, I managed to do 10 cards. So I'm just going to show you these very quickly. As you can see, I had to put the little butterflies and the flowers and things on there because, yeah, I was struggling. I really struggled with this one, I'm not going to lie. But as I said, I don't do basic cards. It's just not me at all. Sorry about the noise behind me. The cat side decided to join us. So that's that one. Then this one. As you can tell, I only had the 2 strips at the bottom here. So all the rest of this was quite plain and boring. So I just put the bit across the top on some dimensional pads, and then I was just sitting looking at it and thinking, I don't like it, it's too plain, it's too boring. Someone might like that if that's the sort of thing that you like. Me personally, no. This sort of colour I wanted to do, hence the flowers and things, I wanted to do for ladies. That was my first idea with this one. So I went a little bit further and I cut out the butterflies and all the flowers and things and stuck them on as well to make it look a little bit better. So I did use the paper here, as you can see. That's that one. This is another one. I stamped off all of the names like auntie, sister, mother and all of that. I also had a stamp set, sorry, that had some of these lovely little birthday sayings on. This one's growing old is mandatory, growing up is optional. So yeah, they was just funny little things, and I thought, yeah, okay, I can use them on there, they're quite cute. So again, used the paper down here. I cut a border and stuck that along the edge, and again the flower and just a couple of little butterflies on the top of that one. This one, the sister one. So I had this piece of paper, and as I said, I had a couple of pieces that were left over from the other bit that the printer decided to misprint. So I just used that as well, so I didn't really want to waste it. Yeah, I just kind of stuck them on there. This one is youth is the gift of nature, but age is a work of art. So I thought that was quite sweet, that one. This one is a girlfriend one. Obviously not for my girlfriend, but I thought it would be nice for a bloke to, you know, have for his girlfriend for birthday. Again, I've just cut the the border. I'll get my words out in a minute to go on now. This one is birthdays are nature's way of telling us to eat more cake. That was that one. Then we have a fiancé one. Again, this was the piece of paper that I had, and then I just done the flowers and, you know, like the little butterfly on there. This is Mum, so one for Mummy. Again, it was a piece that was cut sort of across the card at an angle. The secret of staying young is to live honestly, eat slowly and lie about your age. That's what that one says. So I thought that was quite cute and quite funny. So, and knowing my family, they would love them little bits and pieces that, you know, the little sentiments, in other words, that go on there. Mother-in-law. Again, this one would have looked very, very plain. So I just put a butterfly up in that corner and then the flower on there. Daughter, happy birthday. Now this one, I only had this one strip to go across the middle, or ever which way you wanted it to go, and sticking that on the card on its own, I'm kind of like, okay, there's a lot of card and only a tiny little bit of pattern paper on there. So again, using that cut off piece, I just cut the two little strips at the top and the bottom and there to put them on, and then I've used the butterfly and then the flower on there. The last one I done was a niece. I did use one of my new dies to cut a few of these out, and I noticed when using it, I didn't even realise, it just goes to show how much I look, really, doesn't it, that it cut this bit out from around the edge of it. And I thought, right, okay, well, I'm not going to waste that. I wanted the shape for these mainly. So I thought, right, okay, I decorate it a bit, and I just decided to use them and stick them on here. So it gave it a little bit more, I suppose, a little bit more decoration. So that was it. So out of them, yep, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. 10 cards out. So yeah, it's a start, I suppose. It's a little collection towards me cards to go in a box. I don't know if you remembered, I said a while ago when I said about doing these one sheet wonders that I was going to paint a box. I do still have the box. It's staring at me every day and it's bugging me because I need to get round to painting it. And it was going to be a box to put all my cards in. I did buy the cellophane bags to put these in, because I'm going to make them and I'm just going to store them like so in my box, and then when I want a card I can just go there and pick one, instead of thinking, oh god, I've got to get to the town and it's so and so's birthday tomorrow and blah blah blah. I won't have to stress. They will be there, they'll be done, and I will have a packet of stamps or a couple of packets of stamps stuck in the front of the box. So then I don't need to worry anymore. So yes, am I enjoying this? As I said, I think it was a challenge for me. It really, really was, if I'm honest. until I started getting all the flowers and things going on it. It was hard because all I had was this plain piece of card. I had a couple of little sentiments and then just a piece like this that had the pattern paper on it, and I'm sitting there thinking, what am I going to do with it? I don't know. I don't make cards like this. What can I do? So it was actually my daughter's suggestion. She said, why does it have to stay plain? I said, I don't know. I said, I've just seen ladies creating with theirs. I said, they've put sentiment stamps on it and things. I said, but I've not actually seen any that have been prettied up with flowers and butterflies, etc. There may be a few that have just got a tiny little flower or something, but I thought, no, this is for me. These are my cards and they're going to go to my family. So I wanted to create them the way that they know how I work, type thing. So yeah, it was her idea really. She said, well, fancy them up a bit then. She said if they're not going to be given out to anybody else apart from the odd, you know, fiance ones or whatever. So that's what I done. I patterned them up as I wanted, and yeah, I think they come out quite nice. I probably will do some more of these. I did like the challenge, wasn't keen on it, but I did like it once I could use bits that I wanted to on it. It is a good idea to cut the paper up and use it for different ways that you want to pattern up cards, I suppose. Because personally, I wouldn't have thought of cards like this. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't have sat there and gone, oh, do you know what? I want to cut that piece of square paper in half and I want to put half of it across there as like a triangle. And I want to make that as my card. I would never have thought of that. My thought pattern is layers. Layer it up, you know. But this, it is effective because you only have a little piece of patterned paper. And as you said, you can do them in all different sizes. You don't have to use one sheet of A4 paper. You can use a 12 by 12, a 6 by 6 or an 8 by 8, and you know, just go on Pinterest, have a nosy and pick out ones that you like. So that's it, guys. There's all my cards, and yeah, hopefully I will see you again soon with the next one. Bye for now. Take care.